What's going on? What's going on, guys? Jada Black here. Salute to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about some news that is going viral and has cost a woman her career. Okay, because he was gonna make being a part of the Bachelorette sort of set you up to getting more notoriety, and her also just having her own Bachelorette show. Now, I was very unfamiliar with this woman. I don't tune into the Bachelorette, but I know of it. I've seen clips of the show, or not this particular show, but clips of other shows. So I know what the concept is, right? So this heifer really thought that she was about to come up. She really thought that she was going to have this show and, everything was going to work out for her until footage from 2023 came back to basically wreck her career in life. Now, apparently, she was in a relationship with Dakota Mortensen, and there's a video that went viral of her putting hands on this man. And I believe he was recording. Now, I believe they're been co-parenting, and this happened in 2023, and she's putting hands on this man, and the video went viral, and it cost her job. Now, the Bachelorette show itself was supposed to premiere this weekend, the 22nd, on Sunday. Well, they've canceled it. See, this is what you call karma. You see, when you do things in the dark, it will come to the light. And let me tell you something right now. She's not the only one. There's a lot of heifers putting hands on men, and they never get caught. They're never arrested for it. They're never put on blast for it, because for the most part, a lot of men out here are just too ashamed to tell the world that hands being put on them by women. And I think a part of that is because nobody wants to believe that a man is being abused by a woman, because the narrative is that men are the abusers. The narrative is that men are the aggressors. When any of us who grew up around women, whether it's our mothers or aunties, even sister or cousin, anybody in our families or any women that we knew growing up, we've seen them put hands on their spouses. We've seen it. But as soon as he defends himself, she calling the police. He's a woman beater. Let me tell y'all something about a lot of these domestic violence situations. The majority of them are mutual. I don't think men are just whooping on women. I just don't. Not in 2026. These heifers are fighting back. Why do you think you have women who go out of their way to say they don't want to date a nice guy? The guy is too nice for her. She wants a guy who's tough, rough around the edges. Why would you as a woman want that unless you're looking for a sparring partner? Now, this heifer here learned a lesson, a very tough lesson, that you can't get away with putting your hands on men in 2026. You're just not. You're not going to get away with it. And shout out to ABC for pulling a plug on this heifer. Now let's get into this story. Oh, this is such a beautiful story. Talk about karma. Oh, God. This is according to Yahoo. Taylor Frankie Paul, Bachelorette season pulled. ABC to air American Idol rerun in its place on Sunday. The Bachelorette has been put on hold as the falling out between Taylor Frankie Paul and Dakota Mortensen continues to unfold. The ABC reality series, which was set to premiere on Sunday, March 22nd, has been removed from the schedule, and the network has not indicated whether it will air at a later date. ABC plans to air a rerun of American Idol in the show's time slot on Sunday. In light of the newly released video that surfaced today, we have made the decision not to move forward with the new season of The Bachelorette at this time and are focused on supporting the family, a spokesperson for Disney Entertainment Television told Yahoo in a statement. This is Disney. Disney is never going to okay this. Disney is the worst place to try this. Some networks will try to, still try to, they'll still try to move forward because it's they're on some believe all women time. But you can't do this on a Disney product and think that they're just going to allow it. They're not. The news comes shortly after TMZ published a video from a 2023 fight between Paul and Mortensen, an incident that appears to be the same one that led to Paul's arrest at the time. The footage is separate from the alleged domestic dispute in February that prompted the current investigation. Taylor is very grateful for ABC's support as she's prioritized her family's safety and security. Oh, really? I think they need to be safe from you. They need to be safe from you. You are a damaged, delusional heifer that don't need to be on anybody's TV. She needs to get the same energy that men get in domestic violence situations. There have been plenty of examples of men who've lost everything due to videos like this. Why is she excluded from that? They're trying to make it seem like, well, it's about prioritizing her family. That's just ABC's way of getting out of it, and her way of trying to save face. That's what this is. A representative for Paul said in a statement to People after news broke, after years of silently suffering extensive mental and physical abuse, as well as threats of retaliation, Taylor is finally gaining the strength to face her accuser and take steps to ensure that she and her children are protected from any further harm. Really, I think you're the one who needs to be. I think the children need to be protected from you, because there's no telling. Because they always love to turn it around and say, well, she's the one dealing with abuse, but you were the one caught on video beating on him. I told y'all the majority of domestic violence situations are mostly mutual. Ain't no such thing as a man just beating on a woman and she ain't fighting back. That's not happening. I'm telling y'all right now. Not in 2026. That is not happening. It's so easy for a man to get caught up in domestic violence situations. Why don't y'all think y'all hear about it? They will say, well, it's because the woman is trying to protect the man. That is a lie. That is not true. That is not true. Women call the police all the time. You mean to tell me they won't call the police if this man is just beating on them? That is not the case. And even if she is, she's putting hands on him. Men are just not waking up one day just whooping on these women. It's mutual in a lot of these situations, because if you look deeper, you will see that it's a mutual fighting. The statement continued, there are too many women who are suffering in silence as they survive aggressive, jealous ex-partners who refuse to let them move on with their lives. Taylor has remained silent out of fear of further abuse, retaliation, and public shaming. She's currently exploring all her options, seeking support, and preparing to own and share her story. Yeah, she's about to lie and make things up. That's probably what she's about to do. According to authorities in Utah confirm there is an active domestic violence investigation involving the former couple who shared a 2-year-old son, Ever. The Draper City Police Department said officers made contact with both parties on February 24th and February 25th, and the allegations have been made in both directions. News of February's incident surfaced Sunday night, shortly after Paul attended the Oscars, and just 1 week before her season of The Bachelorette was set to premiere. Officials have declined to release further details while the case remains open. So she's probably trying to say he did this to damage her reputation. Well, if you wouldn't have put hands on that man, you wouldn't be in this situation. You can't sit up here and fight these people and fight these dudes and then act and want to be the victim. You put your hands on him. In the video, you was beating on this guy. You didn't walk away. You know, they always tell men to walk away. Well, why didn't she walk away? The newly released footage appears to show Paul striking and kicking Mortensen, and at one point throwing a chair in his direction while a young child is nearby. But she claims that the child needs to be protected from the ex. Not only is she putting hands on him, she's throwing things, but she's the victim. Paul also shares 2 older children, ages 8 and 5, with her ex-husband. They divorced after a soft swinging sex scandal. Paul issued a statement to Variety on Thursday. It's sad to see the latest installment of his never-ending, desperate, attention-seeking, destructive campaign to harm Taylor without any regard for the consequences for their child. Oh, she don't care about that. She don't care about that. She just cares about herself and her career. That's all she cares about. Releasing an old video, which conveniently omits context on their son's birthday, is reprehensible attempt to distract from his own behavior. Thankfully, the public has seen this act before and knows who he is, and sadly, many will recognize his pattern of manipulation, both in his actions on the show and from their own experiences. Despite the news of Friday's incidents leaking on Sunday, Paul continued promoting The Bachelorette as planned, making an appearance on Good Morning America and Live with Kelly and Mark, both ABC shows, where she briefly addressed the situation. As a Wednesday network sources told Yahoo, the show was still expected to premiere as scheduled, suggests internal discussions shifted quickly following the release of the TMZ video. Paul and Mortensen began dating in the summer of 2022, and their relationship has played out on The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives since its 2024 premiere. Paul was arrested in 2023 following an alleged altercation depicted in the video. She later entered a guilty plea to the aggravated assault, meaning the charge could be dismissed if she complies with the terms of the agreement. She claims he's abusive, but she's the only one getting arrested. According to TMZ, Mortensen filed for a protection order in Utah on Tuesday, seeking temporary custody of Ever and requesting that Paul abstain from alcohol and drugs during her parenting time. A representative for Mortensen said in a statement Wednesday that his priority is protecting the couple's young son and that he hopes to maintain a cooperative co-parenting relationship with Paul. The rep also pushed back on suggesting that Mortensen was responsible for the timing of the allegation. No, let me tell you something about TMZ. TMZ had this video probably for a while. This is just my opinion. I have no proof or of this. TMZ has probably had this video for months. TMZ decided to post this video when they did. I don't think this had anything to do with him. TMZ will get videos and they will hold on to it. And then when they feel like the time is right, they will put it out there. But she gets no sympathy from me. This woman is clearly crazy. But she's playing the victim, which is what a lot of these heifers do when they get caught doing wrong. When they get caught doing wrong, they play the victim. He's the abuser, but you're getting arrested. If he's the abuser, why is there no evidence that he's getting arrested? And people got to understand, in 2026, men are not going to get away with domestic violence if they are proven to be putting hands on women, which is not very difficult to prove. If the woman got bruises and things of that nature, he's getting arrested. But we don't see that. We see a woman who thought she could do something and get away with it. And she didn't. And she's seething. Now, ABC could end up still going through with this. I think it still will be a PR nightmare because there's probably more out there that can be put out there to embarrass her. She better hope not. And they're going to rely on her playing the victim for people to feel sympathy for her. But I don't think people feel the sympathy that she thinks. She doesn't come off as a sympathetic person. You can't be on video beating up your spouse. And you know, the funny thing is she probably knew she was being recorded and didn't care. Because she's angry and she's going to do what she want to do. That's your typical Western woman. They think they can do whatever and get away with it. But she didn't in this situation. At least for now. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me thoughts, like, video, and share. Follow me on all my social media platforms, and I'll see y'all next.